Okay, welcome back and welcome to my garage. Starting this episode off showing my new 55 gallon that I got off a local reefer for 30 bucks. So this is the future of my reef tank. It's kind of dirty, so I'm gonna have to clean it up and test it out for leaks, but the guy seems pretty stand up and he said there's no leaks and it's good to go, and he used to use it with fresh water, but it should be good for salt water. I'm going to put the 90 gallon on hold probably until I move houses, just because I know I'm going to be moving from this house and I don't really want to move a 90 gallon, so I'd rather move a 55. And all things included, it's cheaper to buy light fixtures for a smaller tank and cheaper to buy RODI for a smaller system, so I'll just keep it this way. I'll probably have I'm thinking a 20 gallon long frag tank, and maybe a 20 gallon long for a sump, but this is it. Maybe in a few months I'll be having this up and running. So this is my new pride and joy. This week I'll be cleaning it up. Okay, now inside for the other tank. So here we are back at the 10 gallon. It's doing well. I've got the flow off right now. The fish are eating. Hopefully the fish are eating. First thing you might notice compared to last update is my red mushroom. It's up here in this little, it's a soap container. It's attaching to that rock slowly. It jumped off. It used to sit right there. As you can see, there's a new mushroom growing right now. One morning I woke up and it was sitting down in the substrate right about there by the A-can. Luckily it didn't fall on the A-can, because I think the A-can would have kicked its butt. But I guess it decided to, I don't know, propagate itself or find a better spot and leave a bit of stem behind, but whatever the case, it's slowly attaching to that rock, and I'll find a place for it once it has. I think it might have already. I'll just leave it for a couple extra days to make sure. And where it was, there's a new mushroom growing. That's pretty cool. It's actually doubled in size in the last day and a half. So whatever's left there really wants to grow. So I'm kind of excited with that. This mushroom, hairy mushroom, is doing great. It's looking pretty cool. I was hoping maybe clowns would host in it a bit, but no, they're not. A-can is doing fantastic. That new mouth there on the bottom right is really big now, and its colors are just starting to pop big time. The green's coming back. I don't know if you remember, it was green and red, and then the green kind of disappeared, and I moved it, and since that, the rest of the colors have really started to come out. So I'm really happy about him. There's Mitchell. Hey Mitchell, you see some coralline on that rock? There's little patches of coralline all over the place. But Mitchell doesn't come out very often. Again, I thought he was going to start coming out more, but nope. And here's my new green mushrooms. That thing was just half a mushroom when I got him a week ago, and now it's fully created a full circle. These ones are doing good. Those are some beautiful mushrooms. They ate some shrimp last night actually, whereas the red one that was there never did. The pom-pom xenia, still big and lush. It's actually a lot more lush now. It's grown some new polyp hands, so I'm thinking of fragging that relatively soon. The Montipora, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's bleaching or something like that, but the big chunk there is getting washed out in color. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's got a nudie branch. I'm going to keep an eye on him. I'll watch him. But I don't have high hopes that that thing's going to survive. It hasn't shown any growth. It's kind of crap. Green Star's doing great. They're encrusting onto the rock that I placed them on. The only bubble algae left in my tank is on the snails, so I'm going to start pulling the snails out when I get some free time and picking that bubble algae off, rinsing them off. So you can see there, it's got a lot. Kind of annoying. Clowns are doing good. Picking at some food there. The waving hand zinnia is doing really well, growing like a weed. The zoes really like their new spot. I've got a whole bunch of new polyps growing left, right, and center. I've got an order in with the Fragalot again. He's actually answered me and said he'd give me my credit, so I've got some more zoes coming. Another acan and a candy cane coral, which I'm going to put right there. So that'll be coming hopefully by the end of the week. The frog spawn is bouncing back. It is starting to live and grow, and I don't know how these things grow or how best to place them. I've seen people have them in like tubes. I don't know what best to do with this guy, but I'm thinking about repositioning him later on. Yeah, so he's doing cool. Still not as big and lush as when I first got him, so we'll see. Last but not least, the finger leather. This thing is doing great. When he goes to sleep, he shrivels down to about a third of that size, and then throughout the day he just wakes up and turns into this. Pretty cool. I like that coral. But I always make sure I got activated carbon running, because I've heard that they can release toxins into the tank. But that's it for now. Some changes. I did do one little thing, is I disconnected this 5-gallon because if you can see all the bubble algae that's on those rocks, I don't want that spreading. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull that out and do something with those rocks. Maybe chuck them out or let whatever's on them die and then put them back in the system as base rock, recure them. I'll figure it out somehow or another. But basically I do not want that aggressive bubble algae growing into my system. I'm going to lose some feather dusters, maybe a bit of nitrifying bacteria, but I'm not too concerned. The Aqua Sea Urchin skimmer is working well. I've got better flow now because both pumps are pumping into the main display. I've got my Cheeto in here now, and it's growing well. But yeah, that's about it. I started working on my fish room in the laundry area behind this wall, and that's where all my plumbing will be for my 55-gallon that I just showed. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and have a good week. Oh, one last thing. I sold Jeff. Jeff's gone. Yeah, poor little Jeff. He went to someone's house that had a lot of aptasia, and yeah, hopefully he'll be of use there eating all their corals and stuff. Anyway, take care.